Hello and welcome to another video with me, Rauchenwald. Today I'm going to show you how you can track your sales funnels with your Facebook pixel and how you should do it in order to get a maximum of data. What you will need is a sales funnel within Clickfunnels, a Facebook Business Manager account with a Facebook pixel, eventually Google Tag Manager. For that, I would recommend you check out my other video, which I will link up here. So you actually have a tutorial on how to use that as well. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Now I'm going to show one of your funnels in this video that basically utilizes some best practices. I cannot show every part because some parts are not within ClickFunnels itself. In fact, I'm going to show the opt-in page on this one funnel, and then we're going to switch to a second funnel where I can show you how to track the order page properly, and also how you can track your upsells properly. Now, that said, I want to point out, I'd actually recommend you to switch to use Pay Kickstart instead of the regular product and payment integration of ClickFunnels. For a bunch of reasons, I will link a video up there below why you should use it, but I want to quickly cover the grounds. The main reason why I'm switching all my funnels to Pay Kickstart is because Pay Kickstart actually allows you to have PayPal and credit card at the same time without a lot of effort, and doesn't have any tracking issues with the PayPal integration, and offers one-click upsells even for PayPal, and a bunch of other reasons. Their affiliate integration is better. And I think that's one of the crucial elements where when you start an affiliate program with ClickFunnels, you need to set up the affiliate membership area and everything, and you need to promote it to affiliates. Whereas when you use Pay Kickstart, you actually are listed on the affiliate marketplace if you want, and affiliates will actually find your funnel. They will see some basic statistics and will request to promote, and you can then accept them and they start promoting it. So there is really not one reason why not to use Pay Kickstart, but in this video today, we're going to cover how to do the tracking within ClickFunnels itself if you choose to stay with ClickFunnels. Now, if you don't have a ClickFunnels account yet, if you don't have a Pay Kickstart account yet and all that stuff, and if you want to check out the other videos, the videos are linked in the cards up here in the corner, and also in the description down below, and so are the links to create your ClickFunnels account, to create your Pay Kickstart account. I'd appreciate if you use my links for it, so I get a small commission in return. It kind of would show your appreciation for my content, but don't feel obliged to do so. So that said, let's jump into my MacBook to show you how to do the tracking. So we are here in the Events Manager. You can get there either from going in the menu and you have a menu point called Pixels, or you go to Business Settings. I'm actually going to walk you there so you know how to find that. And there you go to Data Sources, Pixels. And from there, now you need to select the pixel that you want to check and go to Open in Events Manager, and it will open the Events Manager. Yeah. Now, what else you need is obviously a funnel. In that case, we have an opt-in page. I know it looks like a two-step order form, but it just looks like this. You see this here is an image, and that's again, as said, we switched to Pay Kickstart. So now we have here an opt-in, and when they opt in, they actually go to the Pay Kickstart checkout form. But why do we want to track an opt-in form? Well, it's very simple. I'm gonna quickly jump back. So if you're a little bit familiar with Facebook pixels, you know that eventually you want to build lookalike audiences. So Facebook actually does the targeting for you. Now the problem is, for those lookalike audience, you need events that have a value assigned, and you need at least 100 events within the last 60 days that occurred in the same country. Yeah, so you would need 100 purchases from the US to build a lookalike audience for the US. The more data you have, the better. But as we all know, a funnel works not like this. It will take you, depending on your conversion rates, opt-in rates, and so on, it will take you a lot of data before you have 100 purchases from the US. Now, that said, that's why we track more and while we assign values to it, because when you think about it, somebody that visits your page and closes it, or versus somebody that visits your page and starts filling in the form versus somebody that starts filling in and actually submits the form, well, if you track those events, you actually already have an improvement. Instead of running like your targeting where you think what would be the right targeting, you can then build a lookalike audience for people that are likely to enter data into the form. Then once you hit 100 opt-ins, you can build a lookalike audience for people that are likely to actually opt in. And then once you hit 100 purchases, you can build a lookalike audience for people that actually want to purchase. Now, again, in order to do that, you need a value assigned. So if we go here to audiences real quick in a new tab, and here you would then say create audience, and you would say in that case it would be a lookalike audience, and you pick your data source, which would be that pixel, for example. And now usually we would have the purchase element selected, and it will take you some time before you get 100 customers within 60 days from a certain country, depending on how big you already are. But if you're watching this video, you probably are not that long-term within Clickfunnels, and so it will take you some time in most cases. Now, however, if you say you want to use another event, the problem is that it will not allow you to use events, because it will tell you it can't be used because there's no value assigned to it. And it will allow you in that case to use the lead and initiate checkout event, but only because I'm passing a value of 1 cent for those events. And that's something you need to do. It doesn't happen automatically, which allows me to actually build a lookalike audience faster. Yeah, so you see there have been 22 lead events in the last 60 days for this funnel. And so it's faster, whereas there have only been 11 purchase events. Yeah, so it's twice as fast to create that first lookalike audience that already will improve your results. Now, that said, how do you do that? Within your Clickfunnels account, first of all, within your Clickfunnels account, in your funnel itself, we're going to leave that page and not save anything. You need to go to your settings, and you need to integrate or add your Facebook pixel. Yeah. Now, to do that, within the events manager where we are, you can click in the top right on setup, install pixel, pick manually install pixel, scroll down and just click on the code to copy it. Now, here within my funnel, when we go to settings, I'm actually using Google Tag Manager for a lot of things. So you see my Google Tag Manager code, and it's what I recommend you to do. Again, there's a card up there then in the corner that will also show you how to install and set up Google Tag Manager, but it's a little bit advanced, so you may want to skip this for now. And what you want to do is, like, you paste the whole Facebook pixel in the head tracking section, but then you take that last part that starts with no script and you put it into the body tracking section. Yeah, and that's all there is to installing your Facebook pixel. You scroll down all the way and you save your changes. I'm not going to save my changes because we already have the pixel set up through our Google Tag Manager. Now, on your opt-in page, what you want to do is you want to go to edit page, and here we already have the tracking set up. So I'm just going to show you how it works. You go to settings, tracking code, and you go to footer code. And what you want to do, you want to basically have this code here. Yeah. Again, you can just take a screenshot and type and basically copy it. What we do here is we define a variable called triggered, and we set it to false. And the moment we track we trigger the initial checkout event, we actually set it to true, so it cannot trigger twice. Why do we do that? Because in that case, we are monitoring the first name and email field for changes, which means somebody clicks on the field, starts typing and clicks somewhere else, and the content of the field changed, and then we trigger the initiate checkout. But if somebody enters his email address and then notices he made a typo, we don't want to track it twice. I'm going to show you how this works. We're going to simply go to a preview of this page. And within the events manager, we're going to go to test events, and it will eventually show us our page view event. Maybe we need to refresh, probably a bit too fast. The test events are only show you your activity. They don't show on the same computer. So if I were to visit the page right now on the phone, it will not show up here. So we see the test event is here for the page view. And then when I go in here and I change my first name a little bit, then you will see it triggers the initiate checkout with a value of 1 cent, and that's exactly what we want. Yeah. Now, if I change it back, like here in the pop-up, nothing will happen because we set the variable trigger to yes, so it only triggers once. Now, in my case, I'm tracking the form submission with Google Tag Manager because it's quite easy here. It actually is here, yeah. It's sales page form submission, and there you can just say trigger form submission and so on. That's covered again, and just enter the URL. That's covered in the Tag Manager tutorial. I'm actually quickly gonna just copy the code that we're using here. So you see all we have here is the basic tracking code from Facebook. There's nothing fancy because the logic actually is regulated by the trigger we define in Google Tag Manager. In order to do the same here, what we would want to do is we would want to create another event, and we would do it like this. We would say for the form element, so for the form on submit, so when it gets submitted, we want to execute a function, and that function is going to be, again, every bracket you open needs to be closed, and that function is going to be the lead event. Yeah, that would be how you do it. And then every time the form is submitted, it would actually track that event. Now, you could theoretically also use something like this. href is submit minus form. So basically, and you then say on click. Yeah, so every time somebody clicks that button, but the problem is if I don't, I'm going to show you, like if you do that and the input is empty, yeah, and somebody clicks the button, it does not send the form, so there is no lead for you, but it will still trigger the click event. So that's a very bad way to do, unless you add additional logic to validate the inputs and so on. So it doesn't make sense. So just using either Google Tag Manager or using form like we had before, form and on submit is actually the safe way to do it. Now this way on your squeeze page, we already captured two value-based events. One, people start to enter data into the input fields, and the other one, people actually submit the form. And it allows us to build our lookalike audiences faster. So I'm not going to save the submit stuff here because, as said, I'm tracking that as you saw in the Google Tag Manager. You see what happens now. We have the initiate checkout, and again, I'm going to enter my data here real quick. And when I click on yes, I want to retire early, it actually is going to trigger that one event eventually. Or not, which obviously is great if things don't work in the videos as they should. Let's try this again. Actually gonna go to the real domain, because again, in Google Tag Manager, that could be one of the reasons in Google Tag Manager everything is URL based. So when I open the page from the editor, you see it actually has not the same URL. It starts with app clickfunnels.com for domain, whereas my trigger actually watches for the path. So now being on the real page, and we have our page view event here. We're gonna clear this real quick and gonna refresh the page to show you that actually everything works. So the page view is going to show up. I'm gonna quickly enter my name a little bit, and it's gonna track the initiate checkout. Now I'm gonna change or revert the changes, as you can see, but it's not going to track again. And now we actually gonna opt in here, and you see it creates the lead event. So it was because we were on the editor's page. Now here we're actually within Pay Kickstart, and that's what I like so much about them. You still have order bumps, and again, there's a lot of other things. You should really check out the video at the end of this. And you can simply use PayPal with no hassle. So it's like really a great way to do things. There's no reason to stay within ClickFunnels, but again, if you want to, that's pretty much fine with me as well. Now, in terms of checking you or tracking your actual order form, we're gonna need to look at a different funnel, because I don't have any order pages here left on this one. I'm gonna quickly go to funnels, and we're gonna pick that funnel circle funnel, and there we go to the order form page. Yeah. Now, what you want to do here in order form is basically a form. So with Google Tag Manager, you would again say like on form submit, and you basically would set the URL of the order form. And if you were to do it with JavaScript yourself, you would look pretty much at the same thing that we had before. All you need to do is basically to go down here, inspect the button, and then you see it's also that one, href form submit. So either track the click on the button, which is tricky, or again, settings, tracking code, and then there again, script type equals text / JavaScript, and then closing the script tag. And then you would say again, yeah, my O is slightly broken, form on submit function And that's it. And in here, you would now have your purchase code, which we can get from Facebook in a second. Would be this one. Where do we have it now? Here. So this way we would track a purchase of $9.99. Yeah, it's not formatted properly, like, but it doesn't affect the code. It's like the formatting is just like so for better readability, so it's easier to understand what you're doing there. Yeah, and now the problem, however, is that obviously we see here that we have multiple products. I'm not going to cover that today in detail. It will require you basically to figure out which one is checked. Yeah. So for that, you will need the product ID. So you right click on the product. So you right click on whatever product there is. You need to do this for every product. And to get the product ID, which is also the identifier here, and what you then would need to do is within that script, you would need a condition. So you would say, and a variable, you would say the variable value is 0.00. And then you would say if that product ID, and you need to add the hashtag before, is checked. Should be like this. I need to check real quick, is checked. Yeah, I see, got it wrong. Yeah, so it looks like this. Either property checked seems to be the accepted solution, or is checked. Okay, we use is checked. Yeah, so the condition would be like this, is checked, and then you would say, okay, value equals, and in that case it would be 97. And it is also actually a membership, which is crucial. Yeah, 97 here, .00. And then you would pretty much do the same for the other products. Yeah, like for all four. You would usually do it with like else if, but you can also just copy that 4 times, replace the product ID and replace the value. And then here where it says value 9.99, you would actually enter simply value. So it uses your variable. Yeah, and this way it will track the order when the form gets submitted, and it will then check which of the products is selected and will define the value based on that. Now, if you have an order bump, which we don't have here, I don't know how many different funnels we need to look at. Let's quickly go through another funnel. So if you want to track an order bump, it's not that hard. I'm quickly going to go through this one. And that one is, I think I also moved that one to pay kickstart, which is bad. And I honestly think I don't have a funnel with an order bump, so we go to network marketing secrets. Yeah, there's an order bump for sure. This all works the same for 2-step order forms, by the way, as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave Australia, doesn't matter. Now, when you have an order bump, what you wanna do is basically, you see when you inspect this box here, and it's a checkbox, yeah, and it has the ID bump offer, and that's what you want to use, and it's always going to have that ID. The bump offer will always have that ID, whereas your products have different IDs. So you would pretty much do the same if $ID bump offer is checked, and again, close that bracket, open that one. Now what you want to do, however, is like you want to say value equals value plus whatever, like 17, for example, if that's the value of your order bump. So now what happens, you first check which of your products is selected, and then if the order bump is selected, you add that value as well. Now it gets a little bit tricky because, as you see on this funnel, as said, on this funnel here, we actually have a subscription. So what you want to do here, you would actually want to make it different. Yeah. So if you have like a subscription that you sell, but a one-time order bump, you would actually copy that code. Now it gets a little bit tricky. So you basically would have your product-based code or your subscription-based code. And then here where you say if the order bump is selected, you just would enter the same code again with the value of your order bump, for example, $17. And then here you want to change that to subscribe. And there's actually, I need to Google it real quick, Facebook subscribe. Subscribe pixel tracking. Yeah. Find us the right answer, the Facebook pixel, and you usually always just want to check the developer's Facebook sites. Everything else is basically like advertising, yeah. And subscribe. There we have it, yeah. That's one thing that also is a value, predicted lifetime value, which is crucial because it helps Facebook to target better. So you have like the value, the currency, and the predicted lifetime value. So for example, if you know that most people cancel after the first renewal and you say, yeah, like let's say LTV is like value times 2 in that case, yeah, then you would track it like this. So in this case, you would, and we need a variable LTV. We need to define it here, 0.0000. So in this case, we say, okay, and again, we would do the same thing for all of our product, that is, for all 4 that we have here. And to define, okay, what is selected, what's the value, what's the lifetime value, because it's a subscribe event. Yeah, if you know people stay for average, like for free billing periods and so on, then you use that. But it's really crucial. It helps Facebook do better targeting. Yeah, it really helps you a lot. So instead of tracking the purchase for your monthly subscriptions, you would do that. And again, for your order bump, you would simply say if the bump offer is checked, you can either actually, yeah, like so, as shown before, use the value variable and add the value of the order bump, or you can track 2 events. You just track the first purchase event here, and then you have this part here when the bump offer is checked, also track the purchase for the bump offer. The only difference is instead of having 1 purchase event showing up, it will show you 2. With Pay Kickstart, that for example will be the default situation. When you use Pay Kickstart and people select the order bump, it will trigger 2 purchase events with the separate values. Now actually it won't, it's my mistake. There's actually, you write the JavaScript, so like there you can also decide if you want it as 1 as 2. My mistake here, sorry for that. Yeah, and that's pretty much how that works. Now I'm not going to save any of the changes here. Yeah, I'm not getting asked, great. Yeah, and in terms for the upsell, it's the same thing as for the order bump. Yeah, it's like really the exact same thing. It couldn't be any easier. What you want to do is when you are on your upsell page, you just right click and inspect the button for your upsell, and then all you do is pretty much get the ID of that button, which obviously is not there. So you basically get the ID of the element above, button this, yeah. And just like we did it for the order bump, now obviously we closed the page, but yeah, wrong, where are we? There. So you would do the same thing and would say, not on form submit in this time, but you would say when the link that follows this element, again, when you look here, we actually, that's the link we want to track, but the ID is from the element before. Yeah. So here we go. When the link that follows this ID, again, yeah, of course we need to start with script. Type is like text / JavaScript. Yeah. So when the link that follows this ID on click function, and you put your tracking code here for the value of that order bump, not order bump, of that upsell. Now, if you have multiple upsells, you just do the same thing for every button that tracks the event. Yeah. If you have multiple buttons, maybe you have a page leave pop-up that also triggers and allows them to click there. All you do is you separate them with a comma, and then you write the next thing. Button, I don't know, one blah, blah, blah. So this way it will trigger the part that you put here. Your tracking pixel will trigger when either of those buttons is clicked. Now, the downside here is it's a very simple method. I'm going to switch there. So the downside here is it's a very simple method, but if somebody clicks on the button and for some reason the payment doesn't go through, it still tracks the value of the payment. So it can lead, depending on how many people you have that for some reason then cannot afford the upsell. They want to, but their credit card doesn't let it. Yeah, it can lead to inaccurate data. If you want to prevent that, again, use Pay Kickstart, because there you have dedicated fields that you can fill in your tracking code, and they will only execute after the customer was able to be charged. Yeah. So in all honesty, like, that's it pretty much. Yeah. You should have a great idea. If you need any help, comment down below, join me in my Facebook group, ask there. You know, hire a freelancer to get it done. And in any case, I honestly recommend you, like, if you have the required change, Pay Kickstart is $99 per month if you want to use it properly. Yeah. And if you have that required change, then do it right from the beginning, because once your funnel is up and running, like it is for some of mine, and then you start switching, because I didn't know about Pay Kickstart before, it just becomes a pain in the ass to go through all of the steps, because you don't have your order pages not anymore within Clickfunnels. You need to style them in Pay Kickstart. So you just create additional work to have things work smoother. And there's like, Pay Kickstart even has a better app where you get notification whenever somebody buys, when you get a new lead, and a million other things. They have automated email set up for people that basically abort the checkout and stuff like that. So you just set a checkbox and it's done. You don't have to worry about setting that up for yourself. So there's honestly a million reasons why you should use Pay Kickstart. I understand when you're just starting out and maybe on the $97 ClickFunnels plan, and then you don't want to add another $100 expense. I totally get that. But just from my opinion now, so I've now 15 years in IT, e-commerce, and online marketing. I'm with ClickFunnels or no ClickFunnels now for roughly 7 months, 6-7 months. And in my opinion, ClickFunnels is really a great service, and I would always use them to build my funnels. And even I recommend the $300 plan because of the features the autoresponder provides you with. Yeah. But when it comes to collecting your payments, I'm always going to recommend Pay Kickstart, unless ClickFunnels seriously ups their game in that area, or Pay Kickstart does something very, very bad. And when it comes to membership areas, I don't have a recommendation yet, but I also would urge you to look at Kajabi or other places. Actually, Kajabi is the most popular from other funnel hackers. So while it sums up to quite a lot of money, if you want to do it right, like if you're already running a business and you want to switch to funnels, don't save on the wrong end. Yeah, like, get the $297 plan of ClickFunnels. Preferable, pick the Funnel Builder Secrets package, which is prepaying the account for 6 to 12 months, but gives you funnel scripts on top, which will help you with your copy. I guarantee that. Yeah, like, it's really amazing. I use it almost all the time. And get Pay Kickstart on the $99 plan, because it offers so much features plus better tracking that you will be blown away. It will increase your conversions alone because you have a seamless PayPal integration. Yeah. And get Kajabi for your membership areas. Yeah. You still will need Zapier to connect everything properly, but it's like quite easy. If you don't know how to do that, check out businessautomationtraining.com, because there I'll show you how you can use Zapier to make things work together that you've never thought possible. For example, how to track actual affiliate sales on your pixel, even though you don't own the card. You cannot fire the event in time, but you need to fire it later through an offline event. Yeah. And all those things are possible with Zapier, and when you like start working with those things. And also, if you have no clue about any of this, like, feel free to reach out. We also offer the service of setting everything up for you. So just comment below, or, you know, like, text me on Facebook, send me an email, and we'll get you sorted out. It's for sure not cheap, but then it's done right. Yeah, that's pretty much my recommendation. If you just start out, pick ClickFunnels $19 plan, pick Active Campaign as your autoresponder. You can follow a playlist that I created that walks you step by step from actually creating your domain or ordering your domain at Namecheap and setting up everything in less than 2 hours. So you save money there as well. Get the $19 ClickFunnels plan, Active Campaign, focus on one funnel only. Yeah. If you do affiliate marketing, focus on promoting the one funnel away challenge. If you have your own product, create only one funnel and focus on that one funnel and nothing else. Ignore everything else. And once you start making money, immediately upgrade. First, ClickFunnels to the big plan so you can get rid of Active Campaign, although it's a great service. But again, Actionetics from ClickFunnels has so many more features. Secondly, then get rid of ClickFunnels payments part by going to Pay Kickstart. And the last step, then, if you need membership areas, go to Kajabi and move your content from your ClickFunnels membership areas there. That's my recommendation. If you want to see any other videos, like, let me know. Again, with those technical things, it's sometimes a little tricky because, as you see in the videos, I would need to prepare specific setups that walk you through it like from the beginning. And I also have a lot of other things to do. I like to share those things with you, but I need to, you know, like keep it in balance with like what else is on my to-do list. So, but whatever topic you want to know, like leave a comment down below or reach out to me on Facebook. And if it's possible, I'm covering it maybe on one of my live videos, which happen every Thursday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time in our Facebook group. Or I'm gonna, if I have the possibility, create a video about it if I think it's valuable enough to show to others. Or maybe I'm just gonna create a short video that only explains it to you. Yeah, so if it's really an easy thing. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also leave comments below. It helps me with getting this video to rank better, you know, like giving and taking, like you just took some of my time to learn something about a tracking pixel. So I'm going to ask you to give some of your time to write a comment. It doesn't matter what it says, like, oh my God, this is amazing, or your real opinion about this video. Do you think I should do something different in this video? Yeah. Leave it in the comments below. It helps me get my videos ranked better. The better my videos rank, the higher my reach. The higher my reach, the more effort or the more reason I have to put additional effort in this YouTube channel, which means you get more quality content. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Yeah, till then, bye-bye.